involved as a manager, you're relying on having players that can do the job on the pitch. The team that work with you, the support team around you is hugely important, and I have a great coaching staff with me. I have a very good support team around that, and you know, the enjoyment and the improvement that we showed in the summer was because of all of those people. So I was the one that had the fortune to lead it and the privilege to lead it, but I think it's important to acknowledge everybody's role in that. A tribute sounds a bit final, you know, with a lot of work ahead of us and a lot of improvement that we believe we can make. So it's lovely to be recognised. Equally, I'm looking forward to the end of patting ourselves on the back for last summer and moving forward.
So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Then it was the mighty Panama, and England scored 5 in the first half. 5! And Harry had a hat-trick, and Gareth had a waistcoat, and everyone was singing and everyone was dancing. Waistcoat sales on the high street were up 35% because of Gareth. Come back to me when you've shifted 3,000 packets of Brussels sprout flavoured crisps, mate.
Throughout the weekend, everyone had their phones and other devices removed, including us Marines. We were all in it together. Whatever we asked the team to do, we did first, followed by their manager, Gareth. A commander who I look up to in the Marines once said to me, as a leader, never ask anyone to do something if you're not first willing to do it yourself. These words could not be truer if I was to describe what I witnessed from Gareth's leadership that weekend and onwards. Gareth went first on every task we gave the team, and without hesitation.
For those of us lucky enough to have covered major tournaments in which England are involved, I can remember so often coming back home from those tournaments and sort of asking yourself what is needed, with a sort of sense of a lack of fulfillment one way or another, and asking ourselves what is needed. More patience on the ball. I mean, I wrote pieces about that. And more togetherness off the pitch. But all the while we were out there doing that, the best analysis, with all due respect to the distinguished journalists and commentators in this room, was made by a player. A member of the team who, under Terry Venables, briefly united the nation, but, as so often, just fell slightly short. That was Gareth Southgate. And when he took over as England's head coach, he put the knowledge that he'd collected into practice. And we, as journalists, were part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gareth Southgate.
Just before I start, we have got one small presentation on behalf of the FA. It made a guest appearance in the film, actually. One of the regulars on the England beat, and it's good to see him here tonight looking in good health, and he's retiring from his work as a journalist. He would have undoubtedly divided opinion in a lot of people in the room, because several of us have been in his column over the years. But Charlie Sale has definitely been a huge part of the England travelling press pack for many, many years. My most memorable moment with him was playing beach cricket in Rimini, where he insisted on calling me by my surname for the whole of the match. So we thought most appropriate, if I can lift it up, to present him with the infamous dartboard, which was part of his column for years. So Charlie, I don't know if you want to come up.
So, blimey, I've been completely ambushed tonight, so I don't know what to say. But for the darts, I must take a lot of credit in my own mind for the darts. And what happened at the World Cup was that the players had a 3-dart challenge with the press at the start of every press conference, which did a lot to help relationships. And the darts have become synonymous with the much improved relationships under Gareth's regime.
What I noticed over the years, I watched the Graham Taylor documentary, I watched the Bobby Robson film. You know, being the England manager is a position of huge responsibility, but has also been a painful experience for many people. And I know the relationship with the press has been strained. That was the case when I was a player. I think we were playing with fear a lot of the time. You know, very often we were worrying about making a mistake, how it would be perceived by the public, how it would be reported. We'd forgotten to think about what it might feel like if we won, what it might feel like if we were successful. And this was the message we tried to get to the players. And we felt that fundamental to that was them feeling relaxed and being prepared to come and speak. You know, win, lose or draw, we go to the supporters. Win, lose or draw, we should face the music. I think, you know, very often I found that one or two of us had to do all the media conferences when we lost, and when the times were good, there were several more volunteers. And I think you have to do that, you know, in all weathers. We were very fortunate that our media guys, Greg and Andy, have been mentioned, Jim Lucas as well, I know, here tonight. They were prepared to think differently about it. We talked to them about the performance aspect, and they went away and came up with ideas. And did it, you know, was I jumping up and down about all of them? I wasn't quite sure. You know, did I think having a YouTuber stay with us and running a live program from our training ground was a particularly good idea? No, not really. But, you know, I think as a manager, you've got to trust the expertise of your staff. And in every area of our support team, we've got outstanding people who are good characters, but also think about what's right for the team. You know, on behalf of all of the team, but especially, you know, thank you to the football writers for this tribute. I'm very proud to lead the country, and I hope we can continue to make you proud as a team.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. That ends the more formal part of the evening, but I'd just like to ask for another show of recognition for our recipient and guest of honour, Gareth Southgate.